What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got some more entitled parent stories for you, so sit back, relax, and let's get straight into them. Racist entitled mum thinks we should speak English in America because she thinks we're Native Americans. I'm a 17-year-old girl living in the United States. I'm also of Maori descent. I spoke the beautiful Maori language up until grade school, where I was taught proper English. I'm fluent in both Maori and English, although I prefer to speak Maori because I'm proud of my history. I have a younger sister who is just 2 years younger than I, who we will call Cora, which is not her real name, obviously. Important: Cora does not speak English well. She has a learning disability and my mother decided to homeschool her. Cora can only speak basic sentences such as good morning, how are you, please, sir, mom, you know, the like. This was long before this coronavirus stuff was going on. Cora and I are both fashionistas and we like to have the latest American trends, makeup, that stuff. There is a mall in our city that Cora and I visit frequently. Cora gets nervous in public because imagine being in a place full of strangers talking in some strange language that you do not fully understand, so to ease her worries, I like to converse in Maori with her. On this day, I was at said mall. My mother stayed at our home to tidy up. Cora and I were having general conversations in Maori. I thought nothing of it. No big deal, just two Maori girls having a chat in their native language. Wrong. So there was a little boy who I guess overheard us talking, and he comes up to me and asks, "Whoa, are you two Native Americans?" So to some, Maori people may look a lot like Native Americans. Cora looks at me confused. Now I say to Cora in Maori, I'm only going to read the translations here, obviously I don't want to offend anyone. He asked if we are Native Americans. Enter the entitled mum. "Mum, look, I found some Native Americans. Isn't this awesome? What is your name, Native American?" The entitled mum then said to me, what language were you speaking in?" "Maori, mum. It is our native language." "Yeah, I don't care the least. You need to stop speaking in Native American. This is future America. We speak English now. I wouldn't suppose you don't worship your stupid little bird gods too." My entire family is Catholic. "No, mum, we are not Native Americans. Maori people are the peoples who are native to New Zealand, actually." Cora then shakes my shoulder and says to her, "Kaya," which is me, "I can't understand her. Have I done something wrong?" "No, my sister, you didn't do anything. This woman said we were Americans." My sister looks a little relieved, then lets out a chuckle. "I said talk English. We're in modern America, not Native American America." "Mom, as I said before, we are native to New Zealand, not America. Please leave us be." "My sister does not speak English well, and you are scaring her." "Then maybe your sister should get a brain and learn." "Alright, Cora, let's leave. This paheka, which is Maori slang for a white pig, will make a fool of herself." We turned to leave, but the white pig grabbed my shoulder and yanked me around. "No, I demand you speak English. Just because you were here first doesn't mean you're here now. You should speak English." "Wait, what? Surely they are still here now. What?" "Release me, you racist idiot. This is America. We may speak whatever we want." The entitled mum then leans in close. "Listen here, girl. I am literally 3 months away from being a legal adult. This is America. In America, we speak English. If you don't like it, then go back to your stupid little tribe." Enter random guy. "Lady, what the heck are you doing?" "These native Indians," I guess that is a slang for Native Americans because I have no Indian blood in me, "tell them they can't speak foreign. This is America." "Mom, did you forget Native Americans were here first? That's where they get their name, Native Americans. They are native to this land, which means we basically took their culture from them. They have a right to speak whatever they want." The entitled mum looks at us, stomps, then walks off, mumbling obscenities with her embarrassed child in tow. I wave at the little boy as he leaves, and he waves back. My sister was clearly on the verge of tears. I say to her, "I'm fine, sister. Don't let stupidity get in your life." We had had enough and decided to check out and return home. The English language is strange to me. Yeah, fair point. I told my mother this story and she let out a huge laugh, talking about how some people walk around with their head in the sky. It definitely isn't as crazy as the majority of these stories, but I still thought I'd share. Thanks for reading. Yeah, I guess it may not be the craziest entitled parent story I've ever read from this subreddit, but still, a racist entitled parent, let's not just gloss over that. What is the problem with people trying to force their way to understand other people's private conversations? I don't know, but hey, that's racist for you. What I would say personally is that other cultures are actually so fascinating. You know, English people in England, boring. American people in America, boring. The thing that makes it interesting is other cultures, other countries, other people coming to those countries and forming, you know, a multicultural multicultural society. That is what makes one country so impressive. If people like this are trying to destroy that, then you know what? They don't deserve to be part of that society, in my opinion. Now moving on to our second story, entitled mum goes nuts at Whole Foods. I love this sub, read it often, but I never thought I'd be lucky enough to have an experience worthy of posting, but I guess tonight I was the chosen one. For some context, this just happened at a Whole Foods in West Los Angeles. So yeah, lots of entitled crazy people in general, I suppose. These days, with what's going on, we're using grocery delivery services mostly, but we were out of a few items that my wife needed, so being a good husband, off I go to nearby Whole Foods. It's not particularly busy at 7 PM on a Tuesday, so I figure I can get in and out relatively quickly and coronavirus free. I'm wearing my mask like you're supposed to do, and so are all employees and customers in the store, and doing social distancing, all that stuff like normal human beings. Anyhow, I have my own bag and it's just a few items, so I don't need a cart. I grab everything and head to checkout. A bit of a line as only 2 checkout lanes are open. The line is long enough with social distancing that it backs into one of the aisles, so I go behind the last person and stand, slowly moving up. After about 3 minutes, the line has slowly progressed forward so that I am at the edge of the aisle, but still several feet from the start of the checkout stand. An entitled mum and her entitled kid show up and literally just move in front of me and cut the line. There were 2 people in front of me at this point and 3 or 4 behind me. If it had been an entitled mum and kid with just a handful of items, I probably would have let it go, but they had a full cart. Probably 35 plus items in there, including lots of produce that takes longer to ring up. I politely say, "Excuse me," to her in a nice voice, but loud enough that unless she is hard of hearing, she heard me. She ignores me completely. I have my mask on, so I repeat with, "Excuse me, mom, but you cannot cut in line. There are people behind you." Again, in a calm, nice demeanor, but louder than before. People in front and behind clearly hear me. Finally, the entitled mum spins around and in a tone of voice that is a mixture of disgust and just utter rudeness says, "You weren't in line. You were in the aisle still shopping." No, I was not still shopping. I was at the edge of the aisle because the checkout line was long and everyone is standing a few feet apart, and as you can see, there are people behind me, also waiting in line. No, I didn't see you in line, and I didn't see all those other people in line either. You must have all gotten in line after me, i.e. 5 people lined up within 60 seconds of her in a mostly empty store. Get real, crazy lady. She also raises her voice well beyond what is reasonably needed to try and make some kind of scene, I guess. This got the attention of the cashier. "Is everything okay? I am moving along as fast as I can. I apologize, only 2 checkout lanes are open. We are short-staffed due to what is going on." Well, this entitled mum unfortunately cut into line. The entitled mum cuts me off and literally loses her mind. "He's freaking lying. Besides, I'm here with my young kid. He's tired and hungry. We need to go first. It's just common decency to let women and children get priority." These are literally her words. The entitled mum then begins a rant about God knows what else. I lose track because at this point, the entitled kid, who had been preoccupied on his phone, suddenly comes up to me and knocks my bag of groceries out of my hands. By the way, this guy is 10 years old. I wasn't holding them very tightly and just wasn't expecting this, so I was caught totally off guard by this little twerp 10-year-old kid. There you go. I was fuming, but it's a 10-year-old entitled kid, so what am I gonna do? Not much other than to blurt out, "What the F is wrong with you?" The entitled kid is stunned, which is very satisfying to me. The entitled mum, who has been ranting a soliloquy of all her woes to the cashier, turns back to me and now begins to verbally berate me on a level that I've truly never encountered before in person. I mean, I watch crazy Reddit videos on r/public freakout, but now I get to witness one live in all its glory. By the way, guys, that is an insane subreddit. If you want me to cover that, leave a comment down below. Thankfully, the cashier sees all the insanity and immediately calls for a manager on the store intercom system. The people behind me in line are just stunned. One of them says, "People are just losing their minds," but otherwise none of them have really spoken up to now. As soon as the manager arrives, the entitled mum tries talking over everyone as follows. She says, "This effing butthole guy thinks he is the chosen one and gets to tell people how to live their lives." The entitled mum then takes off her face mask. "Can you kick him out of the store? He's making me feel unsafe." Oh, the hypocrisy there. The manager then says, well, your removal of your face mask is making me feel unsafe and is also against our temporary store policies due to the pandemic. Please put your mask back on immediately or you need to leave the store. What are you talking about? Masks aren't mandatory. I then generally explain everything that's occurred up to this point to the manager. Thankfully, the two customers right behind me finally speak up and confirm my story. The manager then promptly kicks the entitled mum and her entitled kid out of the store, not letting them check out, and tells them to come back when they have their masks on and are willing to follow social distancing rules and have courtesy towards others. The cashier then finally rings me up and I go on my merry way. Total elapsed time, nearly 25 minutes. Just inside Whole Foods, it should have been 5 to 10 minutes in and out. I get home, my wife is angry it took me so long to get 6 items. I tell her the story. She likes the story, but is disappointed I didn't get it on video. Life. Oh, dude, I totally agree with your wife. That would have been awesome to see. I see the video of that cheeky little iPhone recording. Yeah, would have loved to see that, definitely. I'll just never understand why some Karens like this think that because they've got a kid, it means they can do anything they want. It means they can, you know, just not follow the rules, cut in line, get stuff for free, probably. I don't really get it. You have to still conform to all the rules and regulations of the general population. Having a kid doesn't change that. And finally, when she said, oh, I didn't see you in the line earlier. I mean, come on. Just because you can't see properly, you can't observe that there is a line, it doesn't mean that people weren't in it. How stupid are you? There were 5 people in the line to the back of the store. I don't know, guys. At this point, I've got nothing else to say. So, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Entitled Parents. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on this video. You know what? Let's set a like target. Let's go for 5,000 likes. I've not set one of those in a long time. Let's try and smash it. Also, subscribe if you haven't done already. We're now closing in on 500,000. So yeah, that'll be awesome. Turn notifications on so you never miss an upload. And finally, if you're bored during lockdown, I just did release a movie not that long ago. It's how many minutes? Over 100. It's on screen right now. Go and check it out. It will keep you entertained, I promise.